And now we've got our correspondents across various states regarding the fuel shortage ravaging the state. We have Bernard Akede from Lagos, Chinwe Gile, who will also be joining from Abia State, and of course Umaru Kirawa, who will be joining from Borno State to give us updates on the situation in the state. Bernard, can you hear us?
Bernard, if you can hear me. Thank you for having me, Debola. Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. It's blessings. Now, if you can hear me, can you tell us what the fuel situation is at your current location?
All right, well, here I'm at the NNPC mega station in Ikoyi, and it's been nothing short of drama. I can actually assure you that. Right behind me here, you can see the crowd behind me. There are people trying to make their way into the fuel station to buy the product, and then you'll understand why the queue is this long, causing traffic. The NNPC filling station is the only one that still sells at the, what is being called official price, which, according to the billboard behind me, is 568 naira. For other fuel stations, we're seeing prices as high as 609 naira, 620 naira, some as high as 650 naira. We spoke to certain passengers or customers who've been trying to buy PMS this morning. Very aggrieved, many of them were. Some of them saying they've been here from as early as 3 a.m., some 4 a.m. As a matter of fact, a fight even broke out right here behind us, which we caught on camera, caused by people trying to jump the queue and make their way into the fuel station. Many of them are not sure as to what exactly is causing this fuel scarcity, but you clearly mentioned, what's been going around on social media. So it's mayhem and a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion here. You can imagine the kind of traffic that this causes all the way down on Ikoyi Road. And it's not just here. Across Lekki, Victoria Island, for the filling stations that have the product to sell, they'll be causing traffic on the roads from long queues. But for those who don't have, if they're under lock and key, their gates are completely shut.
And Bernard, what exactly are the motorists saying about this?
Well, as you know, your guess is as good as mine. They are completely agitated and angry that this is happening at this time. Of course, you do know that this fuel crisis is coming just around the period when some Nigerian youths are crying out and saying that they want to protest the hardship in the country, and then this happens. So pretty much everything that happens now that goes wrong is in one way or the other attached or associated with the forthcoming proposed protest. So there are those who are saying that this might be a ploy for the ploy by the government to ensure that this protest doesn't happen. There are others who completely are just saying that the country is troubled, and then there are some who are also associating this to the, would I say, the feud between Dangote, the chairman of Dangote refinery and Dangote group of companies, and the federal government. We've been seeing that drama unfold in the past.
All right, Bernard, if you can hear me, I mean, you have mentioned that, there are speculations that this might be related to the forthcoming protests. But on a larger scale, do we have any idea how long this is going to continue?
Honestly, blessings, just like there's so many fuel shortages we've been seeing in the past, God knows how many years in the country, nobody knows how long this is going to last. The NNPC would say one thing and then we'll see something else when you hit the streets. We can only hope, join hope with motorists all across the country that this fuel scarcity doesn't last for too long, because as you know, with each passing day that fuel scarcity lingers on, it's an extra day of problem on Nigerians. And before I go, I'll quickly give you this. I noticed yesterday, just yesterday evening, I stepped out to buy fuel myself. I didn't even know that there was fuel scarcity, and the filling station I was at stopped selling just before I got there. And here's the kind of effect that has on the people. Now, the black marketers just selling right in front of me, opposite the filling station, convincing customers, I beg your pardon, that the fuel they are selling is authentic, that they bought from the fuel station. But they were willing to sell at 1,000 naira, 1,500 naira per litre. And immediately the fuel station stopped selling. News began to spread among the black marketers. They were telling one another, look, so-so fuel station has stopped selling, so now we're selling 5 litres, no longer for 5,000 naira, but for 7,000 naira. And that's how the news began to spread from one black marketer to the other. In front of me, I saw the price increase from 5,000 for 5 litres to 7,000 for 5 litres. And that's, so you can imagine the kind of anger and agitation that will be, with the people who are buying petrol around this period. They are at the mercy of black marketers who will decide to increase the price as high as they want, anytime they want.
All right, thank you so much, Bernard. I think we have Umar Kirawa, who is also joining us from Borno State. Let's get his view as well. Kirawa, good morning. What is the fuel situation in Borno State currently?
Well, currently in Borno State, particularly Maiduguri city, the state capital, there is no issue of fuel shortage in the state capital. However, one major issue of concern to motorists and the likes is that there is disparity in prices of the petrol, where at some filling stations, like the one behind me now, they are selling at the cost of 800 naira per litre. This is basically why you see a lot of vehicles here are waiting patiently for their turn to get fuel. But in other filling stations where they sell at 870 naira per litre and above some, there are no queues. You see vehicles coming in and taking fuel. And of course, one of the unfortunate incidents here in Borno is that black marketers sell, some black marketers, particularly along the Bulunkutu area, they sell the petrol at the price of 800 naira, which is lower than other petrol stations selling within the state capital, which has many questions on the lips of motorists, commuters, and so on and so forth, throwing questions on whether there are regulatory agencies monitoring these activities or not.
All right, Umar, also, I mean, Bernard did mention that for Lagos especially, some of the fuel distributors had asked their transporters to halt the transportation because of the planned protest. Is it the same situation there, or what is the reason that has been given for the fuel scarcity?
Well, like I've said earlier, here in Borno, we do not have any issue of fuel scarcity. The major issue of concern here is disparity in the prices of petrol. And with regard to the issue of protest, today I went on the street. I was asking people on the street, particularly the youth and other businessmen, with regard to the forthcoming nationwide strike, their viewpoints, what needs to be done, and so on and so forth. They said a lot of things, particularly solution-based approach, which the government needs to do. So by and large, for us here in Borno, there is no any issue of fuel shortage, and the only problem is the issue of fuel disparity. And here with me, I have somebody who will tell us more with regard to the situation here. So tell us your full name.
My name is Garima Mohammed, resident in Borno State capital.
Okay, so what is it like, the situation of finding petrol here in Maiduguri?
Somehow, the whole scarcity in Maiduguri is less. Looking at the differences of the prices in the other filling stations, like this one, we are here now, this motorists filling station, they are selling at the litre 800 naira per litre. Some of the filling station, the independent marketers, those that are not company, they are selling like 900 and 870, 880, depending on how they make their price. And the one thing aside is the black market. Some of the black market are even selling below the price of some of the filling stations, and the litre their litre is more good than some of the filling stations, because you find out that when you buy a 2 litre in the filling station, you can, when you measure it, you find out that the litre of black market is more quantity than the filling station. So these differences they are quite most of the motorists, and then those that are going to the filling station and buying for it, they know all this situation.
Okay, as a concerned Nigerian, what do you think needs to be done to ensure that this issue of disparity in the prices of the petrol are addressed? And of course, the issue of black marketers selling below the cost of normal filling stations, and of course, the litre, as you said, it's more accurate than other filling stations.
The main issue that needs to be addressed here is the regulatory body. I don't think now, after the margin of the DPR and the other bodies and the NNPCL, I don't think we have, for now, a functional regulatory body that can regulate all these the prices and then the issue of the quality and the quantity of the litres.
All right, Umar, if you can hear me, we'll need to move on.
The regulatory body to come in and then make sure all these. All
right. Well, thanks to Umar Kura for that update from Borno State. We also have one of our correspondents in Abia State, Chinwe Gili, who would also be giving us an update on the fuel situation there. Hello, Chinwe. Good morning. If you can hear me, what is the situation like with the fuel? Is there fuel scarcity in Abia State? And if there is, what is causing it at this moment? Chinwe, can you hear me?
Good morning, Blessing. The situation here is such that there is no scarcity. Yes, I can.
All right, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Chinwe, please go ahead. Yes.
Okay, so the situation in Umar here, Abia State Capital, is such that there is no scarcity anywhere. Most petrol stations are not dispensing, they are not selling to anyone. And then those that are selling at different prices. You know, the NNPC mega station and its outlet in the town are selling at 595 naira. One of the filling stations I visited this morning was selling at 695 naira. And then a whole lot of them are selling at between 800 naira to 850 naira. And that is a major concern for a lot of people who I spoke to this morning.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Chinwe Gile, for the update. And of course, a big thank you to Umori Kirawa as well, giving us the update from Borno State, and Benedict Kedi from Lagos State. We're going to be looking out to see what the situation is like. Thank you once again to our correspondents.